What conspiracy theories have been wrong? It's easier to name a whole bunch of conspiracy theories that happen to be true than it is to actually find many that are not true. When people are setting up their trusts and really figure out that they can create an entity of their own that is not connected to the state, they oftentimes find themselves in a sense of disbelief. They face a decision. Do I begin to operate privately and use an entity that I created myself, or do I continue to use the state? And a lot of what drives their choice is fear. But I find it kind of funny because you see, when you're using an LLC, an S Corp, or a C Corp, you basically, by the moment you signed and registered your entity, you gave them permission to audit you, to fine you, to send you to jail, all for the privilege of using that respective entity. They'll say, well, what if they come after me? And I kind of laugh because they're already after you. You're the low-hanging fruit. You're the weaker of the prey. They already have permission. They already have the ability to come after you should they want to. In a private contract or agreement or an arrangement like a trust, it's a private agreement. It means that it's only the parties that are inside of that entity that are involved. And thus far, no one has wanted to include any of the departments of the state in their trust. The laws of the trust are pretty easy to abide by. You don't murder, you don't steal, you don't destroy other people's property, and you don't commit fraud. Now, we're dealing with a government that does all those things. So I get the rub, I get the fear, I understand why people have the fear, but I think if you really step back and look at the relationship that you're in by working with the public system, is that in a lot of ways you've given up your rights. You've given up rights over to your property. You can be shut down. Your property can be taken away. When you have the power of a private contract or a private agreement as through a trust, the parties that are the parties to that agreement are only the ones that are mentioned inside of it. And any party that wants to come from the outside, as long as you haven't murdered, stole, committed fraud, or destroyed someone's property, would have to prove that they're a party to that agreement to see or know anything about that respective trust. I thought it was really telling last year when FinCEN, when they were trying to push beneficial ownership information reporting for entities, said there are some types of entities like trusts that are not registered with the Secretary of State and have no reporting requirements. The government sneezes $1 billion on just about everything, and if they're creating this financial crimes network that is able to investigate the financial crimes of Americans, FinCEN, then only to say that there are these entities that exist that aren't registered with the state, that don't have any filing requirements, is to me proof that they know that these entities exist. So in conclusion, you could be afraid to operate privately from the inherent power and rights that you have as a man or a woman that's alive, or you could sign up and